Well, at the same time Trump was meeting with Republican leaders, Dr. Ben Carson announced he is reaching out to Trump's former rivals in the presidential race, hoping they will support Trump. That includes frequent Trump critic, Senator Lindsey Graham. Senator Graham announced earlier today that he had a 15-minute phone call with Trump about national security, a call Graham described as cordial and pleasant. But just last week, Graham said Trump, quote, did not have the judgment to be president. Joining me now, Dr. Ben Carson. So this is interesting between Graham and Trump. I mean, if Trump can get Lindsey Graham to support him, it will be an epic reversal. This is, you tell me, Dr. Carson, this is from Lindsey Graham. If we nominate Trump, we'll get destroyed and we'll deserve it. It will tear the party apart. It will divide conservatism. What do you know what I mean? It'll be the third term of Barack Obama. He's unnerving. He's pathetic. He's worse than Obama. He'll get it annihilated. He's a jackass, a nut job, a loser. I mean, if Trump can get Lindsey Graham on board, he's doing pretty well.
Well, you know, during the heat of the campaign, people say all kinds of amazing things, and then they turn out being buddies. I'm sure you remember, you know, the whole voodoo economics between Bush and Reagan.
Well, I remember him saying that you were a child molester, too.
Exactly. So, you know, if you get caught up with those things, you're not going to get very far. That's just politics today, and the politics of personal destruction. You know, you notice that I didn't get into it. But the fact of the matter is, the Republican Party is coming to understand that they cannot sit on the sidelines and allow Hillary or whoever to take control and get 2 to 4 Supreme Court picks, which will fundamentally change America from what it is. Everyone will eventually come to that conclusion. It takes some people a little longer. There are wounds that have to heal. I understand all that. But I think they're intelligent people, and they understand what the consequences of sitting on the sidelines are.
But do you really, I mean, for the record, Senator Graham said, my position remains the same regarding both candidates running for president. But then he says, I'll do what I can in the Senate to help the next president, who will inherit a mess. So it sounds like he's not getting close to endorsing Donald Trump, but he's accepting, you know, the outreach and willing to talk. But what about rivals like Jeb Bush, with whom things got so personal, like Ted Cruz, you know, whose wife was attacked by Trump? Do you see any chance of those guys coming on board? I mean, Jeb's already telegraphed no.
Well, you know, I would love to see a situation where all of the candidates come together in a room without the press, and we talk about the things that we envision and how we expect to get there, and look for the things that we have in common and agree to work together. After all, this is our country that we're talking about, and we're talking about the future for our children and our grandchildren. We've got to be able to get over our own personal feelings. It's about more than any one person. If people can just come to understand that, we'll do just fine as a nation.
What about, I mean, you know, what they say is that the back and forth they had with Trump are not just about their feelings. It revealed the character of a man. And in some cases they say they cannot support that character. And it's more for some of these guys than just his personal attacks on them. It's his reversals, it's his position on policies that they feel are anathema to conservatism. I mean, how are you going to get past that in trying to recruit these guys into the fold?
Well, one of the things you have to understand is Donald Trump is not a politician. He doesn't speak like a politician. And, you know, politicians learn how to polish everything and say it in a very nice little neat package. He doesn't know how to do that. I hope he never learns how to do it, because that's the way normal people are. And it resonates with them. And it's going to make a big difference in the long run. And the political establishment just needs to understand that this is a new day. We need a new day. We can't continue going down the same road. And, you know, maybe it's a little risky moving with somebody who never has been in a political office, but I don't know how it's much more risky than what we were doing already. And I think the American people have come to understand that. And if we can just utilize some of the experience of Lindsey Graham and some of the others in a positive way to make sure that we're successful, we'll be just fine.
I cannot leave without reliving this moment, because it was one of the most epic moments of the campaign. Remember, Lindsey Graham had given Donald Trump
funny.
his cell phone number, and then this happened.
So Lindsey Graham says to me, please, please, whatever you can do. You know what I'm saying to myself, what's this guy, a beggar? He's like begging me to help him with Fox and Friends. So I say, okay, and I'll mention your name. He said, could you mention my name? I said, yes, I'll mention. And he gave me his number, and I found the card. I wrote the number down. I don't know if it's the right number. Let's try it. 202. I don't know. Maybe it's, you know, it's 3-4 years ago, so maybe it's an old number.
Which then led to Senator Graham posting, yeah, it was the right number, so this was a problem for him. And I'll leave you with a tease, Dr. Carson. Something related to this is discussed between yours truly and Mr. Trump in our sit-down that airs on Fox Broadcast Network next Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
We're looking forward to it.
Just going to leave it at that.
It should be fun.
It's great to see you, sir.
Thank you, Megan.
All the best.